Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dorfromantik, our little tile placing village builder game that I love so very much. So I could not wait to play more of this. It's been a while on the channel. The problem I have right now is not enough videos and too many games to play, which is a good problem to have. So let's take a look at our goals. Place down 2,000 tiles total. That's just going to take some time. Score 25 perfect placements in total, so that means every edge on a tile is matching to the edge of the next tile, and finish 5 sessions with a score of at least 5,000. So we can definitely be working on all of those today. We're starting off with river, with water, and railroad, which is kind of a challenge, but we can make it work. So we want to, you know, there's not really a great place to put this down. I guess we put it here because the water tiles will conform. Like it doesn't count as a bad placement. We can't get perfects off of lakes like this unless they're connected to all water. But we also want to make sure we're maximizing our points, which means we want our edges to, you know, match up anyway, because that's how we'll go ahead and get the highest scores. Which of course, you know, anytime you're playing a game, play for fun. But also, you know, I think we all want to be the best, you know? We want to get high scores. It's fun and happy and exciting to get high score. So let's see if we can go ahead and get a high score. Unfortunately, we cannot put the water there. I didn't realize how much we were kind of trapping in this lake. Oops. It is what it is now. Can't do much about it at this point. So I think I'm going to put it here. It'll be okay. We'll make it work. I'm excited to be coming back to you with some nice relaxing Dorfromantik. It's so much fun. To have a just nice relaxing game on our docket for today. And we get to have a lot of fun, hopefully. So we didn't have all of our edges lining up here, so you can see we have trees to grassland, but I really wanted to make sure that we got this quest underway, so I went ahead and put it there anyway. I think it's gonna work out really nicely. I'm really trying to be better about like only having like good edges. It's gonna be hard here. I've made things difficult on myself. And I probably shouldn't have, because this is not a great placement, but I do like that it gets us more tiles, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of go that route anyway. Again, only 40 out of the 50 total. You can get 60 points for all of your edges matching, but you would have to have it already be touching 6 other tiles. If you don't, you can get points for edges you match up later. It will be okay. Just so like that only had one matching edge, so 10 points in case you've, you know, forgotten how this game works, which would be understandable. I haven't played it in weeks, but I've been looking forward to playing it. And again, not the best placement, but I like. So here's a very nice one. Watch. Oh, but it's so perfect, but it would mean giving that up, but it would be a perfect placement. Oh, life is a struggle. We'll just do that for now. Hopefully we can find a good one for that at another time. I think it'll be very good. Lakes are wonderful. They can help us to build out. So I don't think we have any specialty tiles to aim for yet. We don't. And that's okay. So here's a nice spot for that tile. 30 points right off the bat. I do think it's kind of good to have 2 or 3 forests going rather than one gigantic forest, because otherwise you can get asked for really, really large forests in your quests. So we do have our first special tile that we can build out towards now. That's over there. We haven't been asked to do much at all with fields yet. So we just kind of have a small group of fields. We haven't had many field tiles even. It's just the way it's been so far. So you know, that's all fine. No worries here. So again, this would be a perfect placement, but we don't really want to, you know, lose out on quests, because that's how you get more tiles, and when you don't do your quests and you don't get more tiles, that's how you lose. So perhaps we should start another railway. This one's not going very many places. I am worried about it for that very reason. Actually, I build this over here so we don't have any poorly matched up edges. I think it'll be fine. So we don't want, again, we just don't want badly matched edges. I know it can happen. It's, you know, is what is, but that doesn't mean we want it. So this needs exactly 8 houses, because it doesn't have a plus. So I'm gonna build it here and we can work on that. And we can expand out this forest. Especially when we get nice ones that are kind of houses and forests. They go together nicely. There are worse placements than that. I am going to go ahead and put that there. This is definitely not the spot for that. Could maybe put it out here. I don't know if it should go out there. Maybe out here. That's fine. So here's a nice placement. So this is a small forest right now, but all forests start out small and get bigger with time. It will be okay. So we can't put this one here, because if we did, then everything would explode. Which is figurative, but only slightly. So we need exactly 1 over there. We do need to like pair these guys up at some point, but we need more houses to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and just build out trees there. Okay, so here's 1 house. It's not an amazing placement. We kind of have to put it here to not have any tiles not match up, but we can finish up this task. And we don't have to close off this group. I guess we never have to close off a group, but we're not currently being asked to close off of a group here either, which is very nice. So I think it would be ideal if we could, you know, group these together. I don't like that it means edges not matching. So it's only 11. Could we put it somewhere else? I mean, yes, we could. Do we want to? That's a better placement. It does mean, though, that we have to build out this way. Oh, I didn't think about that. That's not great. Not great. Almost perfect for in here, but not quite. Not quite so perfect. Although it goes very nicely here. It does close off the group, but that's okay. We have a couple of other housing groups that are right nearby, so I don't think we have to worry too much about that. I am concerned about everything going on in here, but we'll go ahead and do that for now. So we need a railroad track that is exactly 5 tracks long, so we'll build that in this direction. Again, I don't know how we're gonna do this, and that's gonna be a tough ask. Like, we close off our ability to complete this one if we get this one. So we're gonna have to either get very lucky or give one of those up. And that happens sometimes when you just aren't, you know, you don't notice something about your placements. It happens to the best of us. So I'm I'm kind of trying to figure out which one I think is more important. I mean, I could just decide to close this one off and stick to the housing. Because I honestly am going to do that. I think the housing with 3 and not a lot of space, we're more likely to get it and complete it. Like right here, it's not a great fit, but it's not that bad. And it completes it. And we got our first perfect of the game. So I mean, I'm happy with that decision. I think that was the right thing to do. It wasn't ideal, but life so very rarely is. And it's okay. So we have a lot going here as we kind of try and work our way out to that and see what it is that it would like for us to attempt to do. So we kind of got to figure out what it's going to ask of us as we get out there. So I think I'm just going to do that. So this is asking for us to get 166 or more trees, and then we'll get a bonus if we close off the area afterwards. So this has a lot of open, including opening to a railroad track. Those can be hard to close off. So it might make more sense, like we could connect these up, but then we have to close off a much larger group. It would give us the achievement immediately, but I just don't really think we need it. We can work on closing this off while we also add to the 32. And, you know, just kind of start working on that. Okay, so it looks like this is actually going to ask us to build up trees, which is great for us. We have some trees already going out that way, which is super wonderful. So this is what I meant. We can kind of work on closing off this area as we're going. And, you know, get that and then have fewer areas left to close off. So we have 3 open edges. They are highlighted here, here, and here. We probably don't want to continue expanding that forest too much and just worry about closing it off. So we can kind of build out this way. So we'll go ahead and do something like that. Is it ideal? No. But we can do stuff like that. So this, I don't know, I have not seen the crown before. I don't know what that means. Maybe it meant that it was a special tile. Maybe it means that we'll get something special for completing it, like we're unlocking something by completing it, which I think we should be. Unlocking something by completing it. I'll put this over here because we have a railroad and a river system near each other, and those tiles are great for that. Alright, just give me all the tiles. This is a very good spot for that. So this is longer than 5, so we don't want to put it there. But we can put it here, and it's kind of perfect for that. So we kind of have to make a choice about where our main railroads could be. This is not a great placement for it. Here we can get only one edge. So it's going to go over there for the better placement opportunities. We don't really have a need for much of any of these. We need to expand out our fields, which they have to come from this tile position. So we can maybe close off another area, so like that. That's actually good for it. No bad edges there. We can finish this one. Or not, sorry, not finish it. We finished that, but we can work on that. It would be nice to have this kind of dead end here. So I'm gonna do that even though the edges are bad. Just to kind of have that be in a good spot. So I mean, here's a great spot for all these trees. And we're getting very, very close to, you know, kind of being done with that specialty space. This railroad track. This piece doesn't go wonderfully anywhere. let's go ahead and complete this. So we got green thumb level 1 unlocked. So that's going to be a new challenge that we can get. So kind of these up here, we can go ahead and get that in a future. Don't love that. But I'll go ahead and take it because it's okay. That's a pretty good placement. I do love these kinds of very versatile ones that allow us to expand our rivers and or our railroad tracks. So I'm going to go ahead and continue expanding this forest now. So if we get a new kind of forest task, it could go over there. This one's getting quite big because we wanted to get that achievement. That's the like pitfall you can get into with those. So you don't want to make things harder on yourself. We could start another new railroad. We do have these 3 tasks, but this doesn't go super well anywhere. So maybe I'll put it there. We'll continue over there for now. Do we want to continue expanding this housing area or start a new one? I think starting a new one will be a better option because that is going to kind of be a place where we can put a task that isn't just a certain amount or more. And so it might help us achieve a task like that faster. And that would definitely help us if we get, you know, that kind of situation. So, I don't love this particular field system. It's kind of cramped. It's not super well placed. So we might try and close it off soon. So yeah, so see, this is 341 with a bonus for closing off the forest afterwards. So I mean, I can do something like that. It would incorporate the largest amount of trees, but this is going to have, look how many green edges there are highlighted. This is going to be a lot of work to close off. So we're going to have to consider that as we move forward with that forest. So I don't think we really want to expand it anymore. We just want to work on closing it off. And so this now can be our forest where we expand. The big thing will be if we get a quest. It's going to be a challenge, and we also have this forest, remember, that's still working on being closed off. It looks like we only need one more spot for that, which would be ideal. So we just got a couple of quests done. So see here, here's the exact thing I was talking about. 398. So over here it's just 98. We do have opportunities to expand on this forest that we just don't have elsewhere, because we have so many open tiles. If we put it over here, we're just a lot farther away. 300 trees. That's a lot of trees. So we may want to decide to just allow us to continue expanding here a little bit longer so that we can achieve both quests. So we currently have no railroad quests going on. So I like to kind of have a couple of railroad lines going, but they can be near each other. If they're near each other, you can connect them up to get like a really large railroad quest completed. Because we all love completing those quests. So we just got an end piece, and so while this is not its ideal placement, there's not a lot else we can do with that space because of the railroad track. So I'm going to put it there. We don't have a housing quest going right now. In fact, we don't have that many quests going right now at all. And that just is what it is. So we can put it somewhere here. We could start a new housing area. So we either close this off, which would be not ideal, or we can work on expanding here. Not ideal placements. Maybe something like that. It's going to take just the right pieces to make this work as it's sitting. Or we could do that. It's not the worst placement over there. We've had that open for a long time. So, you know, we could do something like this. It would definitely get us closer to kind of finishing that, but then we have to add in that other forest for closing it off. I just don't love that idea. But like, here's another thing. Now we have a 409 quest. And so how do we deal with that? So maybe we do this. I'm actually gonna do it. So we'll do that, and we'll see what we can get. Maybe, you know, I always try to be greedy with my quests. I want them all. What? Oh, there's one more. Dang it. I didn't see that one. I was so confused, but I understand now. Alright, so this would almost be perfect. If only we had the trees on the one side, that would be a perfect place to put that. But we don't. Such is life. So actually we don't have great places for an open, like here's okay because 3 matching tiles, and we can make the others match later. So go ahead and get that quest done. And so we'll start this quest. Oh, actually look, it's perfect right here already. We can immediately collect it and then we can work on closing off this group, which admittedly does have a lot of open edges, but it's something that we can work on. And I think we will work on it in the next episode. So I hope you liked Dorfromantik. It's kind of a you know, a calmer game that I like to play on my channel, but it's a lot of fun. I enjoy watching other people play this when I'm winding down for the day. So I really hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to end this episode here. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'm the Purple Pegasus, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!